Hi guys, welcome to another YouTube video. So in this video we are going to talk about how to play against Caro Cann defense. So I will be teaching you one system which you can play against the Caro Cann defense. So let's get into the Caro Cann defense. So what is Caro Cann defense? The Caro Cann defense occurs after white plays c4, black plays c6. So that is called Caro Cann defense. And the Caro Cann defense is extremely popular opening, as probably most of you guys know. So here my recommendation for you to play against this Caro Cann defense is, of course there are multiple lines. There are a couple of lines you can play, but in today's video we are going to talk about d5. So I will recommend you to play d4. So black plays d5. So here there are so many options for white. White can take, white can push the pawn, white can defend the pawn with knight c3 or knight d2 or even f3. The pawn move is also possible. But today we are talking about pawn to e5. So we play e5, and here there are two main moves for black. The first one is bishop f5 and the second one is c5. But I believe probably thanks to Gotham chess contributions, this move even has become more popular than bishop f5. Like I see this move very frequently, c5. So let's start off by talking how we can play against c5. So if you see c5 move here by black, you can take the pawn, and then here black can play two moves, knight c6 or e6. So let's start with knight c6. I think Gotham chess was recommending this move. So against knight c6 you can play knight to f3, and then black plays bishop g4. And now guys, okay, you may think like, okay, black wants to take my pawn because this bishop pins my knight, but we don't have to worry about this pawn. So we play pawn to c3, and then after black takes our pawn, now we are going to play, knight to e5. We can take the pawn, we can take the knight, and then isn't this a free queen? It looks like it's a free queen, but it is not actually. So bishop takes the queen, and then look at this diagonal, guys. This diagonal is completely open, so we can play bishop to b5, and then black has to block off with this queen, and then we can just take the queen and this king will go here. So now we can even take the bishop, or we can also take the pawn, and now we can take the bishop, and then we are going to win this rook as well, and that is totally winning for white, totally winning. So there is a nice trap which your opponents may fall for. So you can play c3 here, and if black doesn't take this pawn, let's say he plays e6, now you can play b4, and then if he takes your pawn right now you can play queen to a4. You check the king, so this knight goes here or here, then you can play knight e5, and there is also a very good position for white, because you are threatening to take the knight, you are also threatening to take the bishop. That looks very promising for white. So if black plays e6, now you can play knight f3, black takes the pawn, and then now you can go ahead and push this pawn to a3, and then let's say black plays here knight c6, then you can play b4, and then this bishop will go to b6, and then you can play bishop to b2. So you are very well defending, and we are very well defending the e5 pawn. E5 pawn is very secure. And then so how is black going to how is black going to develop his pieces? Most likely he will play knight e7 to castle, in order to prepare castle. So here we can play bishop to d3, and then we are going to castle like that, and then later we can put this knight to d2, and we can go for c4. We can go for c4, guys. Okay,